What's up, everyone? So you just landed your first cloud engineer role. Congratulations. But now you're probably wondering, what the hell am I actually going to be doing for the next 3 months? I've been working as a cloud professional for several years, and I've seen dozens of people make this transition. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what your first 90 days as a cloud engineer will look like, the good, the bad, and the stuff nobody tells you about. This isn't some sugar-coated version where everything goes perfectly. This is the real deal. What you'll actually be doing, what you'll struggle with, and how you set yourself up for success from day one. Let's start with your first 2 weeks, because this is where most people either get excited or start panicking. You're not going to be architecting complex cloud solutions on day one. You'll be getting access to the systems, reading documentation, and trying to understand how your company actually uses the cloud. And honestly, it's probably going to be messier than anything you studied for. Every company has their own way of doing things. You'll spend a lot of time reading internal wikis, runbooks, and trying to figure out why they're using 3 different monitoring tools when one would work just fine. Don't worry, the confusion is normal. Expect simple stuff like updating security groups, changing backup statuses, or helping with basic troubleshooting. Your manager isn't trying to waste your time. They're seeing how you handle real environments before giving bigger responsibilities. You're going to feel like you don't know anything. That's normal. The gap between certification knowledge and real-world implementation is huge. I remember my first week thinking, did I lie on my resume? The answer is no. You just need time to connect the dots. Ask questions, but make them good questions. Instead of, how does this work? Try, I understand this does X, but I'm not sure why we chose this approach over Y. Shows you're thinking, not just asking to ask. By the end of your first month, things start making more sense, but you're still very much in learning mode. The chaos starts organizing itself in your head. You'll see how the monitoring alerts connect to actual infrastructure, how the CI/CD pipelines deploy code, and why certain security policies exist. You might start handling routine maintenance tasks, responding to monitoring alerts, or helping with deployments. Nothing mission critical yet, but real work that matters. Whatever your company uses, Azure Portal, AWS Console, Terraform, Ansible, Jenkins, you'll stop feeling lost every time you open them. You'll develop muscle memory for common tasks, and you'll make your first mistake. It's going to feel terrible. Maybe you'll misconfigure a security group, or restart the wrong service, or deploy to the wrong environment. Here's the thing. Everyone does this. What matters is how you handle it and what you learn. You'll start figuring out who knows what. The senior engineer who's great with networking, the DevOps person who understands the deployment pipeline, the security team member who can explain compliance requirements. These relationships are crucial. By month 1, you should be able to handle basic tasks independently, know who to ask for help with different issues, and understand your company's cloud architecture at a high level. Month 2 is where things get interesting. You're not the brand new person anymore, and people start expecting more from you. You might start working on small projects, maybe migrating a simple application, setting up monitoring for a new service, or implementing a security control. These aren't huge initiatives, but they require you to think through multiple steps. In meetings, you'll actually have opinions based on what you've learned. You might suggest improvements or ask questions that show you understand the bigger picture. Because you have context now, new information sticks better. When you read about a new Azure service or AWS feature, you can immediately think, oh, this would solve the problem we discussed last week. Something will break and you'll be part of fixing it. This is terrifying and exciting at the same time. You'll learn more in one incident response than weeks of normal work. You'll probably write your first Terraform configuration or Ansible playbook for something real. It might be simple, but seeing infrastructure spin up from code you wrote is incredibly satisfying. Instead of, how do I do this? You'll start asking, why do we do it this way? And what would happen if we tried this instead? This is when you know you're really getting it. By month 3, you're not just learning anymore, you're contributing real value. You'll probably own a small project from start to finish. Maybe it's implementing a backup for a new application, setting up monitoring dashboards, or automating a manual process. The key is that people trust you to deliver. Whether it's a new hire, an intern, or just someone from another team who needs help with cloud stuff, you'll find yourself explaining concepts to others. This is when you realize how much you've actually learned. You'll understand not just how to do things, but why your company makes certain architectural decisions. You'll see how business requirements translate into technical implementations. And people will actually listen to you when you suggest improvements. Maybe you'll identify a security gap, suggest a cost optimization, or propose a better way to handle deployments. Your fresh perspective becomes valuable. You'll work with developers, security teams, and business stakeholders. You'll learn to translate between technical and business language, which is a crucial skill for cloud engineers. Multi-step deployments, troubleshooting issues that span multiple services, implementing solutions that require coordination between teams. This is where your certification knowledge really pays off. Let me be real about the stuff that's going to be hard because nobody prepares you for this. Cloud services update constantly. You'll feel like you're always behind on the latest features. That's normal. Focus on fundamentals and learn new stuff as you need it. Your company probably has some old, weird stuff running in the cloud that nobody fully understands. You'll inherit these systems and have to figure them out. Not every decision is technical. You'll encounter situations where the right technical solution isn't chosen because of budget, politics, or existing contracts. This is frustrating, but part of the job. When you're responsible for production systems, the stakes feel higher. That monitoring alert at 2 a.m. hits different when you know customers are affected. Security requirements change, new vulnerabilities are discovered, and compliance requirements evolve. You'll need to stay on top of this constantly. Here's how to make your first 3 months as smooth as possible. Keep notes on processes, common issues, and solutions. You'll reference these constantly, and they'll help the next new person too. Don't just focus on technical skills. Get to know people across teams. These relationships will help you grow throughout your career. Don't wait for formal reviews. Ask your manager and colleagues how you've been doing and what you should focus on improving. When something breaks or behaves unexpectedly, dig into why. These learning opportunities are gold. Write runbooks, update documentation, share interesting articles. Show that you're invested in the team's success, not just your own. Pick one new skill or technology to focus on each month. Maybe it's getting better with Kubernetes, learning about cost optimization, or understanding network security better. Focus on what your company actually uses. It's better to be really good with the tools that you use daily than to have surface knowledge of everything. By the end of your first 3 months, here's what you should be able to do. You should be handling basic deployments, monitoring responses, and simple troubleshooting without needing constant guidance. You'll own small pieces of larger initiatives and deliver on them on time. You'll understand how the pieces of your company's architecture fit together and why certain decisions are made. You'll know when you can handle something yourself and when to get help. You'll be able to translate between technical and business language and write clear documentation that others can actually use. Most importantly, you'll be able to pick up new concepts quickly because you'll have a solid foundation to build on. Look, your first 3 months as a cloud engineer are going to be intense. You'll feel overwhelmed, excited, frustrated, and accomplished, sometimes all in the same day. The key is to remember that everyone goes through this. The senior engineers you look up to were once exactly where you are now. Focus on learning, building relationships, and contributing where you can. The cloud engineering field is incredible. You're working with cutting-edge technology, solving real business problems, and building skills that are in huge demand. Those first 3 months are just the beginning of what can be an amazing career. What questions do you have about starting as a cloud engineer? Drop them in the comments below. And if this helped you know what to expect, hit that like button and subscribe for more real career advice. Remember, everyone starts somewhere. Your journey is just the beginning. I'll catch you in the next one.